I want to welcome you back. It's been a while since we last spoke. You know, the issue that you're dealing with, the legal issue in Finland, is really unimaginable to a lot of people across the world, but in particular here in America, where we have a First Amendment and we do have legal battles that unfold. But a battle like yours is very foreign to us. Now, I want to get into this. You had already won your court case. It's been appealed. And for those who don't know, this really hinges on three different accusations against you. And I want you to explain them to us. But the first one, and correct me if I'm wrong, was that you posted a Bible verse to your Twitter account that landed you in the crosshairs, correct?
Yes, that is correct. It was 4 years ago in June 2019 when I posted a Twitter post and also to Facebook. And it was about the Pride event that was going on, and that the main church, the Evangelical Lutheran Church, decided to support it officially. And it was a shock to me, and as a member of that church. And I posted a Twitter update where I asked the leadership of my church that how is it possible that you are supporting something as a matter of pride, what the Bible calls shame and sin. And I also added their photo from the Bible, from the book of Romans, where Apostle Paul teaches about the same-sex relationships. And so some citizen made a criminal complaint about this Twitter update, and then police started to investigate the case. And after it came into public, then there became more and more criminal complaints about one radio program, and then there was an old pamphlet I had written already 2004 about marital and sexual issues. And then the prosecutor decided to file up the charges. I was first interrogated by the police, altogether 13 hours. And I have to say that the situation was really absurd, because just some years ago, I was a minister of interior in charge of police. And then I was sitting at the police station, the Bible was on the table, and the police asked me about the biblical issues, about what is the meaning of the book of Romans, and what do you mean by the word of sin, and so on. So, and then we had the trial last year, and I got acquittal of all these three charges. It was an unanimous 3 judges, but in Finland we have the system that the prosecutor is able to prosecute to appeal to higher level of justice. And now the prosecutor has appealed, and I'm waiting for the trial in appeal court. So this is shortly all the process.
So, you know, and we've had you on to describe this story, and I think a lot of people, when they hear it, they're very startled, obviously. You mentioned you are previously Finland's interior minister. You're a member of parliament. You are a well-respected person in your country and a politician and somebody who is well known. And so you were brought in, you're interrogated, and the accusation, agitation against a minority, what exactly are they accusing you of? Because you mentioned the criminal complaints. And again, this is a tweet, a pamphlet you wrote. In America, these would all fall under the First Amendment freedoms that you would have here in America if you were here. And then the third charge concerned your views about Jesus that you expressed in a radio interview, as you said, in 2019. What are you guilty of in their view?
Oh, they are accusing me of inciting against sexual minorities. And in Finnish legislation, it goes to the serious war crimes. And that's why it is just the prosecutor general who is accusing me. And the maximum punishment is 2 years jail or fine. But of course, in Finland, we have two in our constitution, we have the freedom of speech and freedom of religion. And that's why I had a victory. I had a good result from
a unanimous victory.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I'm expecting a good result also from higher courts. But I have to say that this process in itself, it is like a punishment, because it has a chilling effect for example, Christians, Bible-believing Christians. And I think that the prosecutor is using me like a warning sign to other people that they wouldn't use their constitutional rights to speak and express their faith and beliefs. And that's why this is so dangerous, and that's why so happy that I get also international support for this case, because I think that it is so important now to fight for these freedoms in Finland, and also in Europe they are following this, because in other European countries they have mostly similar legislations, agitation against minorities. So if I would be convicted, it would have consequences around the Europe, because the LGBT advocates, they are so active and aggressive, and they have very strong networks, and they are also on the background of this case. So it would have effects to other European countries. And that's why I think that it is so important now to fight and to defend these freedoms.
Do you have any fears, right? You believe that there's going to be a positive, conclusion here. You are a Christian, a strong person of faith. But do you have fears that creep into your mind of what could happen if you are found guilty?
Oh, I think that it would be quite dangerous, because in fact, even the police, when he investigated the case, he said that if I would be convicted, then the Bibles also should be banned, because what I have said, it is in the Bible, and
Right.
It would be crazy. It would be it would start persecutions in Finland.
Yeah. Well,
if
I was going to mention Matthew Gresh out in Malta. He's facing a very different circumstance, but he shared his, story of leaving the LGBTQ lifestyle and becoming a Christian on a media outlet. And he's up on charges right now. And that's a different country, obviously, Malta. You have people in the UK, at least one person praying silently in her head inside of a buffer zone outside of an abortion clinic, who was arrested twice now. So this, as you're saying, is a major issue. I think a lot of people in America are watching what is happening in Europe and thinking, when is this coming here? Or is this even here already? There's a lot really to unpack here. What is your message to Christians who, because you said something very important, that this has a chilling effect, to Christians who are watching what happened to you and what you're going through 4 years now in this legal battle, and they are afraid to speak up now because of that? What would you say to them?
At first, I would say that now it is time to use these rights to speak and to express your beliefs. Because the more we are silent about difficult issues or controversial issues of today, the narrower becomes the space for these freedoms. And also, I would warn about very vague legislations. When we speak about hate speech, nobody in Europe can express or tell accurately that what it is about. And that's why I think that the legislation should be very clear, that what is legal and what is illegal. And nowadays it is in Finland, it is not clear. And in Europe, and we have, as you said, we have similar problems in many European countries just now. And I think that it is because even though we have in our constitutions the right these important freedoms. Then we have these laws about incitement against minorities and hate speech laws, and they are, when they are used, for example, against classical Christian beliefs, not any hatred, but classical Christian doctrine, they would lead to really difficult times for Christians and also for other people, because the freedom of speech is important for everyone, also for gay people and atheists. So
Yeah.
yes, it is.
I would never imagine I would never imagine if somebody criticized Christianity, even though I would disagree as a Christian, I would never in a million years say, oh, they should be punished for sending a tweet critical of Christianity. I would respond to it, maybe but I would never want that. So this is very disturbing to watch. And I think people are looking at your case, as you said, to see what is going to happen. And I just want to give you one final question here. For those who, because you're being painted as a hateful person, right? That's how they're essentially painting you in this process. And that doesn't seem to be a good characterization of who you are at all. How would you respond to that if somebody says, well, you're being hateful with your messages?
Yes, I want to say that what I have spoken or what I have written, it has been about similar things that Christians have spoken and have been teaching for decades, for 2,000 years. So it is. I would say that it is a matter of love, not hate, because I have all the time said that all people are equal. We are all created as the image of God, and we are also all sinners. We are in need of grace, all people. But it is God who says that what is sin and what is not, and that's why I think that it is a matter between God and man. And for us Christians, it is important that we can agree with Bible, and we can also in public agree. And I want to encourage that during this case, I have got thousands and thousands of messages of people who have told that by this public case, they have started to be also more brave. They have started to discuss about their faith with people, and they have started to read the Bible and pray. And also I have got messages from gay people who have told that they have found Christ when they have started to read Bible. So I think that all this process is in God's hands. And I
Wow.
feel that this has been a privilege, and this has been my calling to fight now for these biblical issues and these important freedoms.
So you've actually heard from people who have found Jesus as a result of your case.
Yes, I have got messages.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, I so appreciate you taking the time to come on. We're going to continue to track this case and talk with you throughout the rest of it. Hopefully it ends for you soon and you can move on. But we appreciate you sharing with us today.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure for me. Thank you. God bless you.